Match day -1 press conference. We're glad to be joined by Frank Lopas, head coach of the Chicago Fire. Reminder to media in the queue, if you have a question, please raise your hand. Looks like we've got a couple hands raised already. So Frank, why don't we jump into it if you're cool with that?
Yeah, great. Thank you. Thank you, Sean.
Terrific. All right, we'll start off with Alex Calabrese. And Alex, go ahead.
Thank you. Hey, Coach. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Just wanted to ask this question because the tournament's coming at an interesting time for the team because you were just picking up some momentum, getting some really good form in the league. Now you have a couple weeks off from league play. So what are your thoughts on the format of this competition coming where it is, and how much of a priority is it for your team at this moment?
Yeah, it's a great question, Alex. First of all, how are you? I mean, I think when you get in a momentum and you're playing sharp and you're playing well, I think you want to continue to do that. So obviously, we have this break now with a really exciting tournament, the Leagues Cup. That's really a special format against some really top level teams in Liga MX, and so it's a great tournament for us. Obviously, when you're in a momentum, you want to continue to play, but look, it's an opportunity to showcase our league, to play against in a tournament format that's really exciting with some top level teams from Liga MX, and so for us it's not league play, but it's important games that we can continue to grow and build as a team. I think that's an important thing, and I think it's also there's a lot in it for the players also. So it's for them. It's important that they're also excited about not only an opportunity from a money standpoint, but CONCACAF, but also to showcase every time you step on the field. The exposure that our league is getting right now. I think everyone in the world is watching, and it's important for them to represent the club, the league in the right way. I think we're going in with the right mentality. We've had good preparation. That's always important. I think the players will be excited to finally get on the field and play. It's not always fun training, and for us, it's also an opportunity. Look, with this break, you know yourself, Alex, that we've had some players that have coming off injuries. Guys like Carlo Terran, that's an opportunity for him now to get quality minutes against quality competition and to get his sharpness back. A guy like Jairo Torres, and hopefully in the next game we'll also have Federico Navarro available to play. So the game's come in an important time. This tournament is an important tournament for us and for the league, and we're going to take it very serious.
Thanks, Coach. Next up, we'll go to Joe Chats. Joe, go ahead.
Thank you. Hey, Frank, how's everything going?
Great, Joe.
Thanks as always for the time. Just quickly to clarify, is Fede available for tomorrow, or is that in expectations for the Puebla game?
No, he's not going to be available tomorrow. The hope was that he'll be available for the Puebla game, but also we have Doumbia on the roster, so it's an opportunity for him now to, as he's been training and looking sharp and stuff like that, to get him, really important minutes in really good competition. So I think he's not available for this one, but for the second game he should be available.
And another, just to follow up on that, is there a timeline for Wyatt Omsberg to return?
I mean, he's been running, and I think with the knee situation, I think he has no issues when he's doing runs that are straightforward. He's not cutting at this moment and stuff like that. So it's just, it's not soon enough. It's not, I haven't gotten a date like to say like, okay, he's back in 1 week or this or that. I think it's he's training really hard, and I think it's just how he reacts to every day he's been pushed, and hopefully there's no setbacks. And I think so far it's been positive, but I couldn't really tell you now a date that he would be back.
Well, thank you. And just in terms of potentially rotating the squad or having these two games available over the next week, how important is it, for the team to get the result tomorrow night in order to possibly be able to rotate some players in who might not be getting normal time in the league on Monday?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a tournament format, so you're playing a lot of games in a short amount of days. So you rely on the squad, and I think for me, it's always been about how guys are doing in training, guys that are in form, and that's why you want to have also competitive roster with players fighting in every position. So, I think this is what we've been evaluating now since our last match through these training sessions to see who's been the sharpest and then how do we approach this game against a very good Minnesota team. And so for me, it's we take one game at a time and try to put at that moment the guys that are the sharpest, but also try to give meaningful minutes in important games to other guys that need it.
Thank you. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe. Next up, we'll go to John Lupo. Go ahead, John.
Thank you. Frank, just a two-part question. First of all, with Teemu Pukki's arrival with Minnesota, how do you think that changes the complexion of their team and how they play? I'm sure you saw some of the highlights from their first match against Puebla. And the second I wanted to ask you was, was the strategy involved, if it comes down to a shootout with the extra point on the line, do you like that instead of playing the two 15-minute halves? Do you like going straight to the shootout where there's more strategy involved? Who's going to take the kicks? What order with no ties? Do you like that, or would you prefer to have the two 15-minute halves and then go to the shootout?
No, I mean, I think because it's the format that's a tournament, you're playing every 2 or 3 days, 4-day games. I like that there is a winner. I have no issue going straight into PKs. I think it's important to have a winner and get that extra point if you do so. So that answers, from my standpoint, that question. The other thing, look, I think with Pukki, I think the difference, we played Minnesota early on, but I think you have, Pukki, but also the X factor for me, a key guy for them is Reynoso, that, he's really a game changer, and he really makes, can make things happen in any moment. He could be quiet for 89 minutes, and then he's got that ability and the quality that he can turn a game upside down by himself. Obviously, Pukki, look, he's an experienced player. I've watched him, even when he was in Europe and stuff like that. He's really a good link-up player, and obviously he's got quality and composure in the box when he gets opportunities to finish. But I think with him and then Reynoso and they have with some other pieces they've added a really good team. But I think really both those guys, by Reynoso as an X factor, that really is a game changer.
Thanks, Coach. Next up, we'll go to Larry Hawley, WGN. Go ahead, Larry.
Hey, Frank, thanks for taking the time out today. I wanted to ask you a little bit about just maybe what the atmosphere has been around training for the club just over maybe the past few weeks with the success you've had at MLS, and how much you hope that will translate here as you go into this tournament. Yeah,
I mean, I think it's always great when you win games. I think that is a bigger belief within the team. I think that you try to reinforce certain things, and whether it's a game plan or change certain things from a tactical standpoint. And then when you do get results, there is a bigger belief and confidence that within the team. And I think that's also very important. I think going into games with energy and intensity, but confidence. And I think that's given to you by results ultimately. And so, we've had a little bit of a break because of the All-Star game and stuff. And, we had an opportunity to give guys a couple of days off, and then, back in training. And, it's also reinforcing every day the importance of every game, especially in this tournament format, how important it is to go in and for us, to compete and do well as a club and as a team. I think we have a long way to go. We're trying to improve within every match. And I think this is another great opportunity, before our next league game, to continue to play really top level games where it's going to help the players and get sharper and improve, but also us as a team. So I think the victories have helped a lot, but I think also, it's reinforcing every day is like your ability to stay grounded. I think you have to celebrate that wins, but kind of be even keel, because things in this league change, really quickly. We've worked extremely hard from the beginning of the season, to put ourselves in a good spot. But the last 11 games are extremely difficult, and and for us, it's about just being focused, laser focused, continue to work hard, and and push the bar every day in training. If we take our foot off the gas and if we think that we get complacent a little bit, and everything we've done, it's really easy to fall, really hard to climb up that ladder. That's why it's important to stay grounded and level-headed and stay low and understand that we have a long way to go and keep working hard. If we have that kind of mentality and attitude and approach every day in training that way, I think we'll be fine, because I think through hard training and preparation is the one thing that takes doubt away from teams and from players, and that's what I try to focus on.
Thank you, Frank. Good luck.
Thank you.
And Coach, we'll take one last question from Mauricio Gonzalez. Mauricio, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. This is Mauricio Gonzalez for Podium Deportes here in Mexico. This game is going to be important for Chicago, same as Puebla. If Chicago wins versus Minnesota, Puebla will be eliminated from the League's Cup. Is there a pressure to score points tomorrow? Thank you so much.
I don't think there's any added pressure, Mauricio. Thank you for the question. I think that we're always going in with the right mentality to try to win the game and focus obviously on our strengths and have really clear game plan. But no, we're going to go in and try to get a good result tomorrow against a very good team. Obviously, I saw the first game, so Minnesota playing at home. The atmosphere is going to be great. They have a lot of confidence going into this match. But no, we're well prepared, and we're looking forward to the match. That's all I can tell you. And if we eliminate Puebla, that'd be great. Because I think it's important for me. From my standpoint, I would love that every MLS team, goes forward and eliminates every team from Liga MX. Sorry to say that, but that's the way I feel.
Thanks very much, Coach. We appreciate your time.
Thank you, guys. See you all tomorrow. Thank you.
Travel safe, and we'll see you in Minnesota.
Thank you.
Thanks, Frank.
ask journalists to raise their hand if they'd like to ask Mauricio a question. Just a reminder, tomorrow's game, Chicago Fire FC at Minnesota United, will air at 7:30 Central Time, and it will be on Apple TV. So we'll jump into it. Mauricio, why don't we start off with Alex Calabrese first? And Alex, you can ask your question.
Thank you. Hey, Mauri, hope you're doing well today. You've been having an impressive couple of months playing as a right center back. How does it feel to be consistently getting those minutes in that position where you've been at your best over the last couple of years in general?
It feels good. Yeah, I think the best part of that little stretch, I guess, is winning games. I think for any player, you're having the most fun if you're playing and if the team's winning. So I think the combination of both has been good for me. We've been enjoying it. So yeah, hopefully we could keep that same momentum going in the Leagues Cup, and then to finish off the MLS season strong as well.
Alex, do you have another question?
Sorry, I was just moving somewhere. No, Mauri, just looking at this tournament, does this feel like awkward timing given that you have been having that good form over the last couple of weeks and now you don't have any MLS games for 4 or 5 weeks and you have to play this tournament? Or does it just feel like natural?
No, I think it was good to have a little bit of a break, get away and recover physically as a group. I think it's good to get away for a little bit and then come back straight into training and focus again on what we've been doing well, and hopefully just keep improving and use this as just more games to continue to get better as a team, and then, like I said, use that to help us get through the rest of the season.
Thank you, Alex. Next up, we'll go to Larry Hawley from WGN. Go ahead, Larry.
Hello, thanks for taking the time today. I'm curious if you can give me an idea what maybe it's been like in training the past few weeks with you guys having more success in the MLS games. Is there a major difference, and do you feel more confidence going into the Leagues Cup, knowing what you've been able to do on the field the last few weeks?
Yeah, I think in general, obviously, all of us love to win, so I think the spirits are a little bit higher, a little bit more exciting at training. It's hard when you put in all the work and not getting the results that we want, but yeah, I think it's all worth it in the end. Getting those results, it makes it that much better knowing that we've worked hard for it and now it's paying off. But at the same time, I think the message has been clear in training to keep doing what we're doing, keep training the way we have been training, and to keep preparing the same way we have been for the past few games and keep doing that moving forward.
I'm curious if there's anything particularly about this tournament you're excited to see play out. I guess what most intrigues you about this, especially since it's kind of in a new format and comes as Alex had mentioned, it kind of a unique time.
Yeah, I think it's good to play in this tournament, and I think the pause from MLS is good. Just to focus solely on this tournament and put everything we can do to get as far as possible in the tournament. I think that's the good thing about being off from MLS for so long. I don't think we would want to have that much of a break, but I think it's also good to be able to focus on these games specifically and not worry about having league games intertwined with the tournament. So it's good. It's an exciting tournament. We're looking forward to it and approach it in the right way. Prepare for it and get the best results we can.
Thanks, Mauricio, and have good luck this week.
Thank you.
Thanks, Larry. Next, we'll go to Joe Chats. Go ahead, Joe.
Thank you. Hey, Mauricio. Hope all is going well. Thank you as always for the time. I'm curious, you've had the opportunity to train over the last week with the new signing, Usman Doumbia. Frank mentioned that he's likely to get his debut in this tournament. I'm curious if you could give us some insight on what you've seen from this new teammate of yours as a person and as a player.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to have him here. First of all, as a person, I think that's the most important thing. He seems really genuine, down to earth, wants to come here and work. You could tell he wants to put the team first in everything he does. So it's great to have a person like that on the team. And then on the field, he's a nice guy, but on the field he's all over the place, putting in tackles, working hard, good on the ball. So yeah, it's a great addition to the team, and there's no complaints when you have a teammate like that. That's a good person, and gives everything for the team on the field.
Wonderful. Thanks, Mauricio. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe. And we've got one last question from John Lupo. Go ahead, John.
Thank you. Mauricio, as you mentioned, you guys are looking forward to playing in this tournament. I'm sure that you've seen some of the highlights or maybe watched some of the games. As one of the last teams to get started in this tournament, seeing the highlights, seeing the games, what Messi's done, just some of the exciting penalty shootouts, is there even more of an excitement or more of an anticipation building within the club to finally be able to participate and get started in this tournament?
Yeah, it's great. It's great. You could see the excitement in all the games. You could see the intensity that all the teams are putting into this tournament. So yeah, it's exciting for us to finally get our moment and our chance to play in the tournament and do the exact same thing, approach it just like the rest of the teams are approaching it, with the right mentality, with the right intensity. And yeah, hopefully go out, give a good game, have an exciting game, and come out with the result that we want.
Great. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mauricio. We'll wrap up the press conference. Travel safe today.
Thank you,
And
guys.
we'll see you in Minnesota.
Yep.